My dad used to watch all of my videos and read all of my posts on social media, on Facebook. And I sort of regret that I didn't make more videos for him. One, so that he could hear me and be connected to me, but two, so that I could share with my dad uh, who I am and what I've learned and what I'm learning. I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly growing. And that's what I love to do. I love to share with people what I'm going through and how I'm growing as a person in an attempt that it can help other people because we're all in this together and we're all growing together. And I know that my dad used to sit down with me and say, I'm so proud of you, son. So many people look up to you and love you because of who you are, because you're helping them. And I know that I helped my dad a lot too in sharing the wisdom that I had been gaining and have been gaining through my life. So upon reflecting these last couple of days since dad passed away yesterday, I only found out yesterday, I realize I want to share more. And I want to share for all of those people out there like my dad who maybe don't have the same desire to grow as much as I do, but have to grow and know that we have to grow, but maybe don't have the time or the dedication to really invest into that space. So because I am so committed, it is my life, like transformational development, personal development, professional development. It is my life. It has been for 20 something years, professionally for the last 14. But my whole life has been about this journey of just transforming myself into who I know I'm here to be. So I want to honor my father by putting messages out there into the world that I know he would have loved, but that he wouldn't have looked for, if you know what I mean. He wouldn't have searched for. But if they were presented to him, he would have happily listened to them and taken them on board. So if you are like me, just love to grow. You want to grow. You know you're here to grow. You know that there's so much more to life than what we've been sold, that what we've been lied to about. And yet you are busy and you've got kids and family and you have life going on around you. I want to make videos and I want to guide you as I guide my students. And, maybe you're one of my students right now, right? In this space, that I can share with you this journey of life from my perspective and show you a little glimpse of what it looks like to imagine a world that is filled with beauty. Imagine a world that is abundant and rich and kind and loving and supportive of life, and show you the steps that I have been taking and continue to take and continue to figure out on the way in creating this reality. Because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to create my own reality. I am, like you, a creator. For me, I'm just taking the reins and going for it, and probably you are too. That's why you're here. And so if we can fast track that progress together, then that would make our world collectively a better place. So to summarize that in very simple terms, I'm committed to changing the world around me because it is malleable, creative essence into a world. I said I was going to summarize, make this easy, right? Into a world that is beautiful and kind and loving and abundant and everything that I've ever dreamed of. That's what I'm committed to creating in my world. And I'm not alone. I'm not an island. I am part of the human species. I'm connected to you and to all of those on this planet. Whether I touch those people, speak to those people at all, it doesn't matter. We're all connected in this together. So my journey, it cannot be alone. It cannot be a selfish, just me, just a single I in this experience of this unfolding of the beauty that is life, right? And beyond the manipulation that has been taking place, as we move through this birthing into a new age, which is what is inevitably happening right now. The old shackles are falling away. We recognize that. And yes, we have to stand up and say enough. That's part of the journey. But at the same time, we have to recognize that saying no is not the same as saying yes. And we have to embrace the transformation that we have to go through personally and interpersonally in order to bring about the newness that is calling us. Not just fight the oldness. The old, yes, we've got to say no to it, with the other hand saying yes to the future. And so what I'm saying here is we've got to do this together. Okay, we have to stand up and say no, and we have to stand up and say yes. What are we going to create together? That's what my focus is. Okay, that's what my focus is. So, in honor of the man that raised me, that birthed me, well, my mum birthed me, I suppose, but my father certainly contributed, right? Like he's my father. In honor of this man, I love you, Dad. It was no surprise that my dad was dying. We knew he was dying. It was just when. It was a matter of when. He wanted to go. He had had enough, mate. He had had enough. And so the fact that he went surrounded by family at his favorite time of the year, Christmas, when all the family's together, he had all the grand, except for Andre, because we're here in Russia. He had 3 grandkids with him. He had his little girl, his daughter. He had his son. I spoke to him Christmas Day. I spoke to him on the 29th, so 2 days before he passed away. He had his family around, right? And that's what he loved. And so in honor of my dad, here I am. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And I'm just going to keep being me and sharing. You know, my dad said he's very proud of me. He's very proud of me for the man that I've become. And I'm proud of me too. And I'm proud of my dad for the man that he is. So, enough rambling. I love you. I really do. You probably don't even know me. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You love me. As we recognize more of who we are, we realize that love is the most natural form of expression. To love others and to be loved by others. It's like breathing. You breathe out and you breathe in. That's life. Without it, there is nothing else. The essence of life is love. You and I, we're loving outwardly and we're being loved inwardly. And this constant, that love, that is a symbol of never-ending love, eternity, right? That love, that experience, that essence, that's what births reality. So I'm here to love you, I'm here to be loved by you, and together we can create the world that we want to live in. Because I'm here to create the world I want to live in. And that's what I'm doing. Love you heaps. Have fun. Scotty Z. I'll keep telling you my name because I want you to remember me. Not for ego's sake. I don't give a shit about ego. But because I'm holding a light in a dark place. And if you are holding a light also, let's join our lights together. And if you have a tiny little candle that you're trying to keep alive, come and bring it together with these big flames. All right? We're building a community. We're gathering the people together. Together we're doing this. I'm just a cog in a machine. I am a cell in an organism. All right? This is not about me. This is not about you. This is about us. Us doing it together. So let's do it together. Love you heaps. I'll see you soon. Cheers.